Hello children, welcome to Zero Panic Maths. So in today's session, let us start the end of chapter exercises of chapter 2, Introduction to Linear Polynomials. Okay, now since this session actually contains the problems on all the concepts that what we have covered till now from the start of this chapter. Okay, I expect you to watch all the videos related to this chapter because this session is going to have the problems on all those concepts. Okay, all the different concepts are covered here. Okay, now let us start the first problem without wasting the time. Okay, let us see the first problem. It's a very simple problem. Write a polynomial of degree 3 in variable x in which the coefficient of the x square term is -7. Okay, so this is based on, that's why I told you that you need to watch all the videos related to this chapter, because this problem is based on the concept that we have discussed in the very beginning of this chapter. Okay, so this is this talks about the polynomial and the degree of the polynomial. You know that the highest power of the variable in any given algebraic expression is considered to be the degree of the polynomial. Okay, so suppose we need to consider first of all here that what is a polynomial of degree 3. Okay, what is the general form of the polynomial of degree 3? So the solution for this is considering, you can write considering the degree 3 polynomial, degree 3 polynomial in general. Okay, what is the form of degree 3 polynomial is ax cube, because of degree 3 it is. Okay, and the coefficient of x here is a. Okay, now since they have told the variable in this polynomial should be x, I am writing it as x. Ax cube, next term is bx square. Okay, and plus cx. See, I am going to decrease the powers by 1, and finally d is equal to 0. Okay, now this is what the variable x, or you can say polynomial of degree 3 in variable x. Okay, in which the coefficient of x square, what is that they have given? Coefficient of x square, what is coefficient of x square? Is b, and that they want it to be -7. That's all. Okay, so so since they have said it as a polynomial, I can just remove that equal to 0. Okay, otherwise it will become an equation. They have told it as a polynomial. If you equate it to any constant value, that will become an equation. Okay, now let us consider any value for a, c and d, but x square term or the coefficient of x square should be -7. That's all the solution for this. Okay, so here you can say given is b is equal to -7. Okay, and let a is equal to 1. I am just considering, you can consider any value, because they did not mention anything about the coefficients of the other terms in this polynomial. They just mentioned coefficient of x square should be -7. So I am considering, let a is equal to 2, c is equal to sorry, a is equal to 1, c is equal to 3, and d is equal to 4. Okay, any value you can consider except b is equal to -7. So considering a is equal to 1, the first term will become x cube. Okay, and second term b is -7, so it is 7x square. Okay, and plus 3, c is 3, so it is 3x plus d, the last term, which is constant. Okay, is the polynomial of degree 3. Okay, you can write, okay, or else you can write before writing this, or you can finally write is the polynomial of degree 3. Polynomial of degree 3. As I already told you, you can consider any values for a, c, d with b is equal to -7. That will make a polynomial of degree 3, which is required answer for this question. It's a very simple question. Understood, right? Okay, now see the second question. Second question, they're saying find the values of the following polynomials at the indicated values of the variables. We have to find out the value of this polynomial for x is equal to 1. Okay, this is also a concept that what we have studied in the very beginning, introductory part of this chapter. Okay, so here nothing doing except substituting this value x is equal to 1 here in this expression. Okay, this is a polynomial of degree 2. Just substitute the value of x here and find the total value of that. Here also substitute the value of t is equal to a. This is not any numerical value that they have told. We have to just replace the t by a there. That's all the solution of this. It's a very simple question. Okay, let us do this. Okay, now if x is equal to 1 for this expression, I can say 5 into x square. X square is 1 square. Okay, 5 into 1 square minus 3 into 1. In place of x, I am just placing 1. Okay, and finally it is 7. Okay, 1 square is 1. 1 into 5 is 5. 1 into 3, that is minus 3. Okay, plus 7. Okay, just one term I'm doing. 5 minus 3, 2, 2 plus 7, that is 9. So the answer for this question is 9. The value of this expression, putting x is equal to 1, is 9. Here we are not going to arrive at any numerical value, because t, they are not expecting the t value to be any numerical value, but just a replacement of t by a. Okay, the answer will be 4 t cube is a cube, because t is equal to a, minus t square is a square plus 6. That's all the answer of this question. Okay, 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 let us quickly move to the next problem. Okay, now it is a descriptive answer. Such problems also we have already discussed. So while discussing such kind of problems, I already told you that whenever you need to solve such problems, you need to go to the end of that problem. There you will find the variable which is required to resolve this question. And what is required, that is the answer. Okay, what is the answer you require here is find the number. So let us consider that number as x from there itself. Okay, and convert this information into an expression in which a variable is x. Okay, now start with an assumption that let the number be number, that let the required number, you can say, let the required number is equal to x. Required number is x. Assume that. Okay, now what they have given, if we multiply that number by 5 by 2, what is, if we multiply by that number, then what is x into 5 by 2, or you can say 5 by 2 multiply by x, that they have told. Multiplying that given number by 5 by 2 and add 2 by 3 to the product. This is that product, and to this I am adding 2 by 3. Okay, this sum they are saying add 2 by 2 to the product, we get minus 7 by 12. So this sum will be equal to minus 7 by 12. This is what they are saying. Understood this, right? So we converted this information into an expression. Resolve this expression, you will get the answer. Okay, now first of all, this is the term with a variable. This is a constant, this is also constant. So take this minus 2 by 3 to the right side, keeping 5 by 2x at the left side. Okay, so it is minus 7 by 12, and 2 by 3 taking to that side will be minus 2 by 3. Okay, so here we have to take the LCM of 12 and 3, and that will be 12 only. Okay, and find out the value here, and then you take 5 by 2 to that side. Okay, so it is 12 ones are, it is minus 7. Okay, and 3 fours are 12, so it is 2 into 4 minus 8. Okay, so that is minus 15 divided by 12. Correct? So it is 5 by 2 x is equal to minus 15 by 12. Okay, so you can take 2 to that side and 5 to the denominator, or you can directly cancel out 5 ones and 5 threes are here, and 2 ones and 2 6 are here. Directly also you can do, because anyway when you take 2 to this side, it will go in the numerator and get cancels with 12. 5 comes in the denominator, get cancels with 15. That is what is going to happen. So now it is x is equal to 3 by 6, or you can say 1 by 2 with negative sign. So therefore x is equal to minus half is the answer to this question. You understood this, right? It is 3 ones are 3 twos are. You can again cancel this 3 and 6, and you are going to get x is equal to minus half. So you can finally say the number is, the required number is x is equal to, this is what we assumption, right? We started with this assumption. So the required number is x is equal to minus half. You can write that answer at the end of this. Okay. Okay, now let us quickly move to the next problem. So next problem is also a descriptive problem only. Here also you need to convert this given information into the expression, solve that expression and get the answer. Okay, here also you see that what are the numbers. We require two numbers here. Let us read the problem carefully. A positive number is 5 times another number. Okay, let us consider, let the first number, you can say, let the, there are two numbers, right? So let the first number is equal to x. Okay, so the second number will be, second number so the second number is equal to 5 times, right? Second number is 5 times the other number. So the second number is 5x. So if one number is x, second number is 5x. Okay, let us read it. Next, if 21 is added to both the numbers, so you are adding 21 to 5x and 21 to x. So that will become 5x plus 21 and x plus 21. But there is another information given in addition to this. If 21 is added to both the numbers, then one of the new number, okay, one of the new numbers becomes twice the other of new number. Okay, new number is what they are saying. Don't get confused here. New number means when I add 21 to this number, both these numbers, there will be two new numbers that we are going to get, right? So those two new numbers, if you compare, one will be twice than the other new number. That is what they are saying. So it means that given, they are saying, when I add 21 to both these numbers, listen to me carefully, 21 to both these numbers, this number is going to become 5x plus 21, and assuming that the another number is x plus 21, okay, and this number 5x plus 21, let us assume that it is twice than this new number. These are the two new numbers, right? These are the two new numbers, and one of the new number is twice the other number. So this left side number is twice than the right side number. That is what simply they are saying. Okay, now let us resolve this question and find out the value of x, and x is that one number and 5x the other number. Those are the two required numbers. You understood? Okay, let us resolve this problem first. 5x is equal to 21, okay, and 2 into x is 2x plus it is 42, right? Okay, take 21 to the right side and 2x to the left side. That will give me 5x minus 2x, sorry, 5x minus 2x is equal to 42, and 21 to that side will be minus 21. So 42 minus 21, it is again 21. It is 5x minus 2x is 3x. 3x is equal to 21. So therefore x is equal to 21 by 3 if you take it, and it will be 7. X is equal to 7. Hope you understood this. Okay, so if you found out the value of x, then x is that one number, but what is the other number? It is 35. X is the second number is 35. So finally you can write the answer from the assumption. Therefore the required two numbers, the two required numbers, are x is equal to 7. That is what we found by the calculation, and the other number is 5x, that is 7 into, sorry, 5 into 7. X value is 7, so it is 35. So 7 and 35 are the two numbers that satisfy this given information. Let us quickly move to the next problem. Okay, read the question, and there are two parts of this question. We need to give the answer to both the questions. Read the question. If you have rupees 800 and you save rupees 250 every month, find the amount you have after 6 months and after 2 years. After 2 years means it is 24 months. But we have to convert that into months, because the value given here is the saving per month, it is given. So that's why we have to convert this into months. Okay, it's also a very simple question here. Now the kind of questions that what we are discussing are actually constructing the linear equation first based on the given information and solving that linear equation. Okay, so that's the reason all those concepts that what we have discussed in this chapter should be known to you before you come to the end of chapter exercises. Okay, now let us consider the initial amount. Let us consider the initial amount is rupees 800. Let initial amount is rupees 800. Let initial amount is equal to rupees 800, is equal to rupees 800. And savings per month, savings per month is equal to rupees 250, rupees 250. Therefore, we can actually construct a linear equation that gives us the total amount at the end of n months. Okay, considering n as the number of months. So how do you calculate the total amount after 6 months? If you go on adding value 250 every month to 800, because 800 is the initial amount that they have told. Okay, I have 800 with me. First month I will add 250, second month I will add another 250. That way, as after 6 months, how much of amount is there with me is the answer required here. So I can say, therefore, the linear equation for the amount after n months, amount for the amount after n months, let me write that expression first. Is A is equal to, see, 250 into n, 250 into n plus 800. Or actually, I am actually doing 800 plus 250 multiplied by n, where n is number of months. Okay, you can write A is amount, where A is the total amount and n is number of months. N is number of months. So the first question here is, here n is equal to 6 months. Therefore, the amount A is equal to 250 multiplied by 6, right? Plus 800. Okay. So what is 250 multiplied by 6? Okay. 250 6 times. 252 times is 500. So it is 1500, right? 1500 plus 800. That is 2300. 2300. So you can say amount after 6 months is rupees 3000, sorry, 2300. You have to write that here. So therefore, the amount after 6 months is 2300. Second, similarly, here n is equal to 24. Why 24? Because 2 years is equal to 24 months. 2 years is equal to 24 months. You can write that into bracket. Okay, you know that, but this is for the information given to the evaluator. That's why. Okay, so therefore, the amount after 24 months or 2 years is 250 multiplied by 24 times. Okay, and plus it is 800. That is the initial amount that was there with us. Okay, so it is actually, if you consider here the value here 1500 for 6 months, 24 months is 4 times of 1500, right? Okay, so if you want to multiply, you can multiply, or else from here only, just from the common knowledge, you can identify that for 6 months it is 1500. So 4 times of that, it is 15 for the 6000. Okay, so it is 6000, the first part, and it is 800, the constant which was there with us previously. So it is 6800 rupees after 2 years. You have, with this information given, these are the two answers. Understood this? So in addition to writing these values at the end, you have to actually consider the required unit also along with this. Okay, while writing the descriptive answer for this, you have to include that unit also. Okay, but because sometimes they want the unit also along with the answer, you can say rupees 2300, or finally you can write it in terms of a statement that the amount after 6 months, amount after 24 months, it is rupees 6800. You have to write the answer with units. Okay, okay, hope you understood this. Okay, let us quickly move to the next problem. Okay, let us read the problem. The two digits, the digits of a two-digit number, it is a two-digit number. First of all, the digits of a two-digit number differ by 3. Okay, let us see what is a two-digit number. If the digits are interchanged and the resulting number is added to the original number, we get 143. Find both the numbers. Here also, from the end of the question, you will get to know that there are two numbers we need to find out. Okay, now before you actually see what exactly is a two-digit number or how does the two-digit numbers are represented in general, let me give you a simple example of a two-digit number and the representation of that. Okay, listen to me carefully, it's very, very important. Okay, let us consider a two-digit number 54. 54 is a two-digit number. So if you consider, we say that 4 is in unit place and 5 is in 10 place. Okay, why do we say that? Because 54 can be written or rewritten like this: 10 times 5 and 1 time 4. Correct? It is 5 into 10, 50, 4 into 1, 4, 54. Understood this? Right? So it is 10 times 5 and 1 time 4. Correct? So for any given values of 5 and 4, in place of 5 and 4, if you consider two variables x and y, what this will be? It is x and it is y. Now currently x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 4. In general, if I write it 10x plus y, okay, y into 1 is y only. Okay, here, so I can write in general it is an expression of the form 10x plus y. So considering x at the 10th place and y at the unit place will give us any two-digit number. You understood this? Okay, now here let me take another example. If say for example 63 is a two-digit number, so here I can say 10 x, that is 10 into 6, 10 into 6. In place of x I am putting 6 here. Okay, in place of y it is 3. So considering the general form, it is 10 into 6, that is 60, plus 3, it is 63. You understood this, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is we need to consider a two-digit number as 10x plus y. Okay, so there are two variables representing this linear expression. Okay, now let us consider this expression only, 10x plus y, as the linear expression representing a two-digit number, and just convert this information into a generic equation solving which will get the answer. Understood? Okay, let us start with this. I can say let the linear expression for a two-digit number, for a two-digit number is equal to 10x plus y, is equal to 10x plus y. So, and they are saying the two digits of this number differ by 3. So what are the two digits? Are x and y only. Okay, the digits here are x and y. If you remember 53, what were the digits? 5 and 3. Those are x and y only. Okay, try to understand this. Okay, so therefore, what is given here? What is given here is x minus y. Let us consider, because they are saying the two digits of this number differ by 3. So it is x minus y is equal to 3. Let us consider this as equation 1. Okay, now listen to me carefully. Now they are saying if the digits are interchanged, it means in place of 10th position digit, you put the unit and take the 10th position to unit. It means that simply, okay, you might be getting it, but let me explain this. 53 is the actual number. If you interchange the two numbers, 3 will go to the 10th position and 5 will come to the unit position, and that will become 35. You're getting it right? So in generally, in place of x, I'm taking y, and in place of y, I'm pushing x. Okay. So I can write, if we interchange digits, we get, what is that we are going to get? 10y plus x. Okay, is equal to, or I can say 10y plus x directly. It is the interchanged two digit number. Understood? Okay. Now what they are saying, again read the problem carefully. If the digits are interchanged and the resulting number, what is the resulting number? This is the resulting number. This is the resulting number is added to the original number. What is original number? Original number is this 10x plus y, and this is the resulting number, the reversed number. If it is added to the original number, then we get 143. Now you understood this, right? Okay, so what is given? What is given here is the original to the original number. This is the reversed number. If you add both, you are going to get 143. That is what the information given. Understood? Okay, so I will write, this is all given, right? So from here we started given, so I will write this also as a given information, that is 10x plus y and plus 10y plus x, 10y plus x, and this is equal to 143. This is what they are trying to say. Hope you are getting it. Okay, now let us add this. It is 10x plus x, it is 11x. Okay, and y plus 10y, that is 11y, is equal to 143. Okay, 11 is taken as common and take it to the right side, so that will give us, or else let me write that one more step. 11 take common, it is 11 into x plus y is equal to 143. So therefore x plus y is equal to 143 divided by 11. 11 ones are 11 ones are 11 3 remains, and 11 threes are. So x plus y is equal to 13. X plus y is equal to 13. Let us mark this as equation 2. You getting it? You getting it right? X plus y is equal to 13. So I have an equation, x minus 1 is equal to 3. That as equation 1, and x plus y is equal to 13 as equation 2. Let us add both equations 1 and 2. Listen to me carefully. Equation 1 gives the difference as 3, whereas equation 2 gives the sum as 13. If you add both, y will get cancelled and we'll get the value of x. That's the reason I'm adding it. You're getting it right? Okay, so let us add 1 and 2. Okay, adding equation 1 and 2, equation 1 and 2, what is that I'm going to get? X, so let us write x minus 1 y and x plus y. Okay, x minus y plus x plus y. We're going to add the left side, right side it is 3 plus 13, 3 plus 13. So here it is minus y plus y get cancels, and x plus x, it is 2x is equal to 16. Therefore x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8. Or else you can write one more step, x is equal to 16 by 2, that is x is equal to 8. Understood? Substitute the value of x in equation 2 and take this x to the right side. Okay, substituting x in equation 2. You can substitute in any equation. Okay, substituting x in equation 2. Okay, what is equation 2? X plus y is equal to 13. So I'll keep y to the left side and take x to the right side. So it will be y is equal to 13 minus x. And what is x? It is 8. So therefore y is equal to 5. Correct? 13 minus 8, that is 5. Okay, now we found out the value of x and y, but x and y, remember, x and y are not the two required numbers that are required here in this problem. Okay, the numbers are 10x plus y and 10y plus x. Those are the two numbers. You're getting it right. So the original number, you are saying, see the assumption, the linear expression for the 2-digit number, this is that 2-digit number. Okay, and we are trying to find out the digits of that number, and the digits of that number are 8 and 5, first of all. Okay, so let us first write the first number. Therefore the first required number is equal to 10x plus y. What is 10x? It is 10 into 8 plus y. Y is 5. Okay, 10 into 8, it is 80 plus 5, 85. 85 is one that number. Second number is the reverse of that. Okay, obviously it is 10y plus x. So the second number, and the second number, you can reverse this number only, or you can write it with this expression 10y plus x. Second number is equal to 10y plus x. 10y, sorry, let me substitute the value of y only directly. 10y plus x is 8. So that is 50 plus 8, 58. These are the two numbers. Required two numbers are 85 and 58. Should this? Okay. Let us quickly move to the next problem then. Okay. Okay. Now we came to the part of a question where we are actually plotting the graphs. Okay. For the linear expressions. Now looking at problem number 7, here there are 4 expressions given, but not exactly in the linear format of y is equal to ax plus b. Okay, we have to first convert all these expressions into y is equal to ax plus b format. Okay, and then we have to plot those graphs by using a graph sheet. We have to plot all these lines and then identify the slopes and y-intercept. Okay, so you might be knowing that y is equal to ax plus b is the linear equation, the general form of the linear equation, where a is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So in all these expressions, we need to find out a and b. In the first expression, just see that a is minus 3 and b is equal to 4, but in all the 3 other examples, other expressions, a and b are not properly defined. We have to convert all these expressions into this format, and then we'll get the slope and the y-intercept value, that is b. Okay, then and finally also find the coordinates of the points where these lines cut the y-axis. We know that any given linear expression cuts the y-axis at y-intercept value for x is equal to 0. Okay, we need to first plot the graphs, and then we will see all these questions one by one. Okay, but to plot the expressions into the graph, we need to convert all these expressions first into y is equal to ax plus b format. Okay, okay, and also you see that finally after plotting, they are asking one more additional question, that are any of the lines are parallel to okay, so you should be knowing that to identify whether two given lines or expressions are going to create two parallel lines or not, we have one condition. You might be remembering it, that the slope a in both those lines should be equal. Okay, with a different value for b, we are going to create parallel lines. Okay, let us see all those later. First of all, let us convert all these expression into y is equal to ax plus b format. Okay, and then plot those graphs. Okay, so it is already in the y is equal to ax plus b format. Then let me convert this. Listen to me carefully. To convert this, 2y is equal to 4x plus 7. I'm just dividing the given equation by 2 or taking 2 to that side. So that will make this expression as y is equal to, okay, dividing this by 2 will give me y at the left hand side, and 4 by 2 here it is 2x, and plus 7 by 2. 7 by 2 actually gives a fraction, so I can even write this as 3.5 just to make it easier to plot, or else you can keep it as 7 by 2 only. Okay, but while plotting you have to just convert that into fraction, and then only you will be able to represent that on the graph. Okay, you're getting it right? Okay, now to convert this expression I have to divide the whole expression by 5, and that will give me a y in the left hand side. Y is equal to 5 by 6. It will be 5 by 6 is 1.2. okay, again a fraction in the form of a slope, and minus 10 by 5, that is minus 2. Okay, now finally the fourth expression, divide this by 3. It is going to give me y is equal to 6 by 3. It is 2x. Okay, and minus 11 by 3. It is 3 3s are 9 and 2 remains. You can say it is 3 6s are 18 or 3 7s are 21. Nearly it is 3.6. So I'm writing a near about value for the y-intercept. It's not exactly 3.6. Okay, it will be 3.67 if you want it to be represented exactly. Okay, now if you see here the two lines, second line and fourth line, you will see the slope equal to 2 is 2. So that is the answer for this last question. So are there any lines those are parallel to each other? These two lines will be parallel to each other. When we plot these lines, you'll be able to know that these two lines will become look like a parallel lines. Okay, so let us consider some random values for all these expressions and plot the graphs first, and then finally we will answer all these questions. Okay, so I have already taken some random values and created tables also here. Okay, you have to do all this first, take a note of it, and then I have already plotted the lines also here, but you are not going to do that. Okay, remember. So for saving the time, I have just plotted these lines, and that too with the calculations that are given in the table. Okay, these are not some random lines plotted here and there. Okay, don't consider it that way. Okay, now let us assume that there is a blank graph sheet. You have to consider that way only. So start with x-axis 0 here and 1 here towards the right side, 2 is this, and 3 on the right side. So left side it will be -1 and -2. On the top side, right side, it is positive y-axis 1, 2, and it is 3, and this is 4, and this is 5 and 6, and so on. Okay, so below it is there is no space, so I have just taken it as -1 and -2 also, but there will be values for -3. You have to draw it yourself. Okay, so take this line a little bit towards up, or take a larger graph and try to plot all this. Okay, so whatever possible, I've taken some random values and trying to plot these graphs. Let us don't assume there are any lines here. We have to first identify the coordinate points, and then joining the coordinate points will actually give us this line, but I have done it in advance. Okay, you're getting it right? Okay, now let us assume we have a blank page here only. Okay, now let us first see for 0 for the red line, the first expression is -3x plus 4. -3x plus 4, putting x is equal to 0 will get us 4. Okay, because this term will become 0, that is 4. 2, it is, say, substitute 2 here in this expression, -3 into 2, it is -6, plus 4, it will give me -2. Similarly, if you put 1, it is -3 into 1, -3 plus 4, it is 4 minus 1, it is 1. So that way I have just considered some random points to plot all these lines and done the calculations also. Make a note of all these calculations, or if you wanted to substitute some other values also, you can substitute some other values other than 0, 1, -2 for x values and calculate the corresponding y values based on these expressions. Remember, all these expressions are the converted expressions. Okay, don't consider these expressions. These are the converted expressions that we did it previously. Okay, 1.2 minus x, 1.2x minus 2, 2x minus 3.6. Okay, so I've already done that calculation. I hope you are getting it. Okay, now let me first uh, point out the coordinate 0, 4 for the red line. Okay, let us consider this for red line. So if I consider x is equal to 0, this is 0, 4. Okay, 0, and towards positive y-axis it is 4. 2, when I consider 2 as the positive x, then I will be getting -2 as the y. Okay, so it is 2 and -2. So this is that point, 2 -2. Let me hide this. Okay, it will be 2 -2 for the red line. Now you have to just identify those two lines and write that line. Okay, or draw that line first, connecting 0, 4 and 2 -2, and then you will going to see that 1 and 1, whether that coordinate 1, 1 falls on the same line or not, because according to the theoretical calculation it is 1, 1 should fall on the line. Okay, so first draw that line and let me confirm that 1 and 1, this is that point that we wanted to fall on the red line. So that is a linear expression. So you are correct now. Okay, you understood this, right? Okay, now let us consider it for the brown line. 0, 3.5, 0 and 3.5. You see that in between 3 and 4 there is this coordinate which is 0, 3.5. Okay, I'm not going to write all these coordinate points because this will make this graph total mess. Okay, so you write it yourself. I'll just point out that dot and make a note of that point and write the coordinate points over there, or else you can write it based on this table. Hope you are getting it. Okay, so next point is 1, 5.5. So if you consider 1 as the positive x value, it will be 5.5, and this is that 1, 5.5, the second coordinate point. Okay, now if you connect this 3.5 and 1.5 and extend the line, you're going to see for -2 value there is -0.5, where this gives you this y-axis according to the theoretical calculation here. But practically also, if you see, okay, in the graph you're going to get this is going through the y-axis through the point 0.5 with negative sign. So that is what the confirmation of that line. So this is second line. Now let us look at the blue line. Let us look at the blue line and point out the coordinates 0, -2. So the first point is 0, -2. This is that point. Look at the blue line. Okay, blue line, 0, -2 is the first point. Second point is 3, 1.6. So if now I'm not going to explain all these calculations. You have to put this 3 here. 1.2 into 3, that is 3.6, -2 will get you 1.6. So similarly, go on putting all the values of x and go on calculating all the values of y. I'm not explaining all those calculations here. Okay, let me see. 3, for 3 it is y coordinate 1.6. So it is here, there, here. 3 on the x-axis it is 1.6. So it is 3, 1.6 coordinate, and let us draw that line connecting this coordinate from here to here, and let us then observe whether this 1 and -0.8 will be the coordinate on that same line or not. So I have drawn this line, assume that. Okay, now till now we have not drawn, according to you, we have not drawn this black color line. Okay, so let us just say carefully here that for 1 it is -0.8. See that there are 10 lines here. It is 1, 2, 3. So from here only it is 2 lines up, so it is -0.8. You getting it? Okay, see this carefully. Okay, you observe that -0.8. and that we got it by substituting 1 in place of x here in 1.2 minus 2, 1.2x minus 2. This is that line. You got it right? Okay. Now similarly, let us plot the last black line, 0 minus 3.6. So as I already told that I was not able to give this minus 3.6. You can consider it yourself. Okay. So assume that there is a 3, 4. Okay. You have to take a larger graph because of the space concern here. I could not take that, but you have to take that line. Okay. 3, 4. You hope you are getting it. So for 0 it is minus 3.6. I am not able to represent that here, so you have to take a larger graph and represent that. Or let me just point these two lines here. 1 minus 1.6. So for 1 it is minus 1.6. Okay, so here it is the black line. So from here, if you consider, this is that for 1 it is minus 1.6, minus 1.6. This is that coordinate point. Okay, and finally 3, 2.4 on the positive side. So it is 3 and this is 2 on the y-axis side, and this is that 3 and 2.4 coordinate point. 3, 2.4 coordinate point. Okay, so if you connect both these points and extend that, that will actually cut the y-axis at 0 minus 3.6. Okay, and that was one of the answer required. Okay, now assume that we have plotted all the graphs, required all the linear expressions. What is all is asked again. So first thing is identifying their slopes and y-intercepts. So let us write the slope of the first, second, third and fourth here, and the y-intercepts also. And finally we need to answer the where does all these four lines cut the y-axis. Okay, by looking at the graph also, and by looking theoretically also, here we can say that. Okay, and finally we have to answer this. Understood this? Okay, now let us answer the questions. We have plotted it. Let us answer the questions. Okay, so 2y is equal to 4x plus 7, that we converted into this. Or okay, we need to first start with the first, right? I forgot the first question. First expression, slope. We have to identify the slope, right? Let me write the table then. Okay, slope and y-intercept. Slope and y-intercept. Let us make a table. And for x, for 1, what is the slope and what is the y-intercept? Let us write this. Okay, so you write it that the slope and y-intercept of all the 4 lines are given as in the given table or below table. You can write it. Okay, so what is the slope here in the first expression? It is minus 3. Okay, and what is y-intercept? It is 4. For the second expression, it is slope is 2. Okay, and okay, let me write all the slopes first for all the 4 expressions. Okay, slope for the third is 1.2, slope for the fourth is 2. Okay, and let us write all the y-intercept values. It is 3.5 for the second, and minus 2 for the third, and minus 3.6 for the fourth. Minus 3.6 for the fourth. Understood? Okay, make a table and write the answer. So this is the answer to this part. Identifying slopes and y-intercepts, we have written it through a table. Okay, also find the coordinates of the points where these lines cut the x-axis. So theoretically also we can say wherever it is x is equal to 0, a y-intercept value, all these y-intercept values are actually the coordinate points where each of these lines respectively cut the y-axis. Okay, so we can write it theoretically also, and by graphically also you can identify those as a lines cutting the y-axis. Okay, so therefore I can write it here. I can write it here only that according to the graph, or from graph and above table, from graph and above table also, from graph and above table also, it means that theoretically and graphically we are proving it. Okay, also all the above four lines, the above four lines cut the y-axis, cut the y-axis at, what are the points? We have to consider all these x coordinates as 0, and the coordinate points will be 0, 4, 0, 4, x is 0 in all cases, 0, 3.5, 0, 3.5, 0, minus 2, and 0, minus 3.6, 0, minus 3.6 respectively. You can write that. Okay, so respectively all these are the coordinate points for all these four expressions or linear equations. They are going to cut the x-axis. Now let us observe that whether they are going to cut at the same point or not. Actually, these are the coordinate points that you can observe here in the table also: 0, 4, 0, 3.5, 0, minus 2, and 0, 3.6, minus 3.6. Let us observe 0, 4 for the red line. See, this is, it is cutting that in the 0, 4 coordinate. The red line is cutting the y-axis. You can see that. And second, 0, 3.5, we know that this 0, 3.5, this is that coordinate. Third, 0, minus 2, see, it is that 0, minus 2. And of course, for 0, minus 3.6, I don't have that space here, but this black line is going to cut the y-axis. If you really plot that, it is going to cut the y-axis at minus 3.6. That is graphical representation of this. You understood this? Okay, so let us finally answer this question: are any of these lines are parallel? Again, by looking at the graph, you can see that the brown line and the black line, fourth line, okay, this second line and the fourth line are looking parallel. You can see that parallel. Okay, and also by looking at the slope, you can see that the slope of the second line and the slope of the fourth line are equal, so they are going to be parallel. So theoretically also it is true, and graphically also we have shown that. Okay, so let us write that, and for this answer it is um, from the graph and graph and expressions to, okay, and expression, you can say in lines 2 and 4, lines 2, okay, let me write the number 2 and 4 have equal slopes, therefore the lines are parallel, so the answer to this question is the lines 2 and 4 are parallel according to the theoretical slope equality, and also using this graph. You understood this? Okay, hope you're getting this. Okay, now let us look at the next problem. If the temperature of a liquid can be measured in Kelvin, okay, so there is some expression given to represent the Kelvin, temperature in Kelvin and temperature in Fahrenheit. Okay, now it's already a little bit of more time we have taken to this session only, so let us stop our discussion here only, because there are 7 more problems given as a end of chapter exercises. Okay, let us discuss the remaining problems in the next session. Okay, and that will end our chapter here. Okay, thank you. Let us meet in the next session. Thank you.